Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Funky and here is my second iteration of my Harkonnen base. Obviously the first thing you see is a very top heavy construction, which I'm not super happy about, but I promise you it looks better on the inside. And I had to accommodate more people, so it kind of has to be that big, unfortunately. And plus also I'm not an architect, you know. This is basically a noob construction, which is a good way for people to see, I guess, right, how the noob would build. And maybe some of you just want to like straight up copy the design, and some of you will see it as something that you shouldn't be building in the first place, right? You can see it live, the application of different pieces and how bad it can look or good, depending on how you like it. I personally like how it looks from the inside, and I'm really happy with the bottom half of the base, but the top half is a bit too heavy. I can see that, but I know I wanted to break out of the boxy design, and I made a bigger box on top of even bigger box, right? So apologies for that, but I promise you on the inside it looks much cooler. Let's go check it out. Now I'll talk about all the changes that I made. That definitely changed the design from the inside, from the first base that I showed in the previous video. The face of the base is obviously this part. This is pretty much unchanged, and I'm very happy with it, so I always keep it. Even though this one kind of doesn't really have a use now, but just overall I really like the face of the base. When you come from the Vermilius Gap across the desert, you know, all tired, and you meet this Harkonnen welcome, I guess, I don't know. Alright, let's see the changes. So everything in here pretty much the same as in the previous video. You just got this passage, right? Make a wrong turn, you see a donkey. Well, it's a really wrong turn, to be honest. But here's the big change, right? I extended this garage by one tile right here and moved the stairs a little bit from this side to this side, which opened up so much space now that we can put our buggies basically straight from the entrance all the way here, and you can kind of, you know, segregate it for at least like 2 buggies, right? Because before, if you remember the previous video, that you had to like zigzag it and put it here basically, because this is where the garage would end. And the stairs will start there, so you kind of had to like squeeze it in. Now that we changed the stairs, it looks much cooler. And you can house like, you know, at least like 2 buggies and 4 or 5 sandbags, depending on how you like it. Just quickly, if people didn't see the previous video, I'll just show where our generators are. If anyone is interested, like just keep the generators underneath if you can. You know, just hide it, just looks neat. We don't use this floor, so might as well, right? I'll leave it there for now, I guess, for now. So now we'll go upstairs. This room has improved by just a half a tile, so now it's 2 tiles up, and it made it much more spacious. I think the stairs are pretty much in the same location, but it looks way more spacious, and it can accommodate like a large ore refinery in here, maybe a medium spice refinery as well. Definitely not large. I tried. I think it's just the model of it doesn't fit, so I think either 2.5 or maybe 3 tiles, I'm not sure. But you can put at least like, you know, a medium spice refinery and large ore refinery. And then you got your, you know, what you call them, blood purifiers, and then all of the stuff. And then we got here our drop-off zone. Basically you drop raw materials in here, you drop all the testing station materials in here, and then everything that comes from refined from well, refineries, right? The ingots, they will be dropping in here if you need to just pick them up. So it's designed in a way that, you know, you come from the ground, you've got your fabricators in here and then refineries. And if you drop from above ornithopters, you will also be squished in between these two. So like refineries are here and all the fabricators in here. This is like a lounge / fabricator area. Again, I suck at, you know, decorating. I just put the just for an example for people to see. This one improved as well by, it used to be a 1.5 tiles, I think, and then there was another floor. So I basically just merged them. And now it's technically a 3 tile, technically a 3 tile room. But you deal with it how you want it. I'll explain this balcony a little bit later. And you can, you know, partition it, put some decorative pieces, put some different fabricators in different areas. Think of it as like a little bazaar, I guess, right? The social market where people just come in and mingle and, you know, fabricate things. Be on the balcony and just chill and, you know, look outside and stuff. We got a second balcony over there. design it how you want it, decorate it how you want it, but this is, I'm just showing the basically the layout, and I'm really happy with it. It feels more spacious and more interesting. Put the stairs in this way, so you just kind of, let's say you arrive from this, there's an airport above us. You arrive from this side and just kind of look where people just, you know, be all busy running around fabricating things and, you know, socializing. I don't know. Let's say it's a place for like at least 5 people, right? This used to be technically the entrance to the airport there above us, but I changed some things around and I just like this pocket, so I just kind of kept it. Maybe decorate it, make it like a cozy corner where you can just chill. And then you go into this like a civil airport where you got, you know, arrivals and departures area where you just kind of, again, the decorations kind of whatever, just put them there just to give an idea to people, you know, what this area is technically. So you got this, you know, arrivals and departures area. You've got this area for your scout ornithopters. Let's keep them as like a civil aircrafts, right? You can put 3 or 4 scout ornithopters if you like. They can be even segregated if you got like 3 of them. There's a big entrance there. It looks big, but when you fly in, you know, you still, it takes finesse a little bit to just kind of fly in and park it, just so you don't jump out or just run out, which happens to me a lot when I just look back. A little bit of railing here, which you hit quite often with your ornithopter, at least I do. So this would be, you know, like your Civic kind of airport, right, where everyone arrives. This, like I said, there used to be the entrance leading downstairs, but I changed it and it just turned out to be this little balcony where this omnidirectional generators kind of fit in really nicely. And I always wanted to use these pieces, like I said in the previous video. So I just kind of put them in there. They look very, very nice. I kind of like it. This piece is pretty much the same. I didn't really change it, but if people didn't see the video, I'll just show. This used to be like a little laboratory with fabricators. I might still keep it, but maybe change the purpose of this room. But I really like this room on the Cliff of the Rock. And we've got our secret lab over there. Worms are getting quite active. Where we got, like I said previously, willing participants to participate in some water ritual, you know, a very prestigious ritual that everyone wants to participate in. You can put obviously more these beds. We just don't need it right now for the purposes of this base. Decorate it if you like, right, with some ornaments and stuff. These things as well. They look very hard. I like them, but you know, decorate them how you like. So this would be ground and air, kind of like a civic area right for you. This is again a very vertical base. We pretty much have, can we see it? One tile, you know, to the left and to the right in terms of width of our base, and then a little bit of claim over there, but you don't really need it. And it's mostly vertical base, right? So we got our limitations here. It's between the 2 rocks. So we're done with the, you know, the civic airport, and we go into a military section where you can keep your, you know, assault ornithopters carriers if you'd like, but ideally, technically, I want like, you know, 2 assault ornithopters here. So one flies from here, parks and flies out this way. Another one flies from here and parks a little bit disproportionately, put on purpose, right? We'll put some landing strips on it, so it looks, you know, nice and you know where you're landing. And plus, on top of that, it kind of like lights it up from the bottom, right? It looks neat. Put some lights in here as well, and these platforms are also lit up. I don't think they provide a light source necessarily. I think they just look like that. Somebody asked in the previous video like where I got these lights. These particular lights, the you know, the 9 circles, so to speak. I think they come from the Caladan set from Ultimate Edition, I want to say. I'm not sure if you can get it in game, but honestly, I wouldn't pay extra for that if you don't need to. You can just for free watch your favorite streamer or something and get the drops for these observer plates that acts like a floor, like a roof floor, but also, you know, you can use them as like light, basically for free, right? Just watch them for a while and get the drop. In case anyone doesn't know where they come from, so they are in this, like the white Chom set. You can see right here, you get like a wall and you get a roof tile. I'm pretty sure this is the one with the lights, and then you get something else. I forgot. I think it was like foundation. Yeah, this thing. Just so you know, like if you get the drop, you know where to get it now. So this is this part of the, you know, assault military kind of zone. And then ideally I want another bigger box on top of this one, but this would be like a special mission, right? I don't really want to put any stairs in here, so I just put this ladder over there. So this is like a, you know, special operations. You know, the firefighters, you know, drop down on their pole or something. You go up to get into your carrier. You very rarely gotta be using that, so that's why. Right now, obviously, I don't have the carrier, but I would probably just put like a stairs over here, and it would lead out, you know, into the next level, where it would be another giant box, unfortunately. Maybe just put like a bunch of pentashields, right, and it would just be holding the carrier and what you call it, sandcrawler. I think it looks neat from the inside, but obviously it's a very heavy construction from the outside, and I totally understand that, especially that it looks on these like flimsy pillars, but it would be something like that, right? So you can imagine in here you can put something, again, square, right, I guess, but the carrier is freaking huge, so it would probably be yeah, probably would be like a 3 tiles wide at least. Maybe you could put it like a crowning jewel, you know, and just surrounded by pentashield so everyone from afar can see that glowing. You can do that. Also, if you play in solo, you can easily do just this construction, right? So you can have your scout ornithopter and you can have your assault ornithopter part here. I'm pretty sure they will fit easily. And then you can have this room. If you don't want to build up more, you can have this room for your what you call it, for your carrier and for your sandcrawler. Maybe merge these two, because I think sandcrawler takes at least like 3 tiles to fit its legs on platforms. So you can use this room for the carrier. It kind of does look like a big room for the carrier, right? I just, you know, I have to accommodate a little bit more people, so we'll have to have another big construction. You can offset it, maybe the box is designed by something from the outside. I honestly don't know how. Like I said, I'm not an architect, I don't know what I'm doing. This is just a noob design for people to see. Again, like another sort of version of the base with limitations horizontally. And you can see what you would put in here or what you wouldn't put in here, right? Like what mistakes I made, what not. Oh, and also I forgot to include just the outside aerial view, so let me show you real quick. This is how it would look from the outside, and again, it's very top heavy, I understand fully, but this is how it would look. We got a, you know, water generator over there. Looks kind of neat. Put some kind of turret looking thing, just as if it protects your base, you know. Got a new neighbor over here. And this is how it would look on the outside. Oh, the whole thing is breaking. And that's a little aerial view for you. And for the assault, imagine you're the assault on top, you just kind of fly in and you land. And here we go. Rough landing, but there you go. And as usual, I appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.